is so fun. We like to spell and we like to hug. All of our friends are melding into one. And just like that, they're done.
So I finally watched Learning with Pibby. It's some really good stuff. We got a Wow Wow Wubsy reject teaming up with Discount Robin and Fat Cat's sister-in-law to fight against the ever-encroaching darkness that threatens to swallow up entire worlds. It's a fun time, bring the kids. But as always, after I see something, once I get out my woohoos, my OMGs, my that was amazings, and my full series whens, the next thing my mind immediately starts asking is, what does it all mean?
What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?
On the surface level, Pibby seems to be a show where basic cartoon archetypes are forced to band together and break through their stereotypical molds. Pibby the preschool babu has her innocent view of life shattered and is forced to mature quickly to survive. Alloy Boy needs to learn that just because you're labeled as a sidekick doesn't mean you can't be a hero. And Malira, I don't know how to pronounce that, slowly begins to have her icy villain heart thawed as she spends time with the people she cares about. Meanwhile, all your favorite cartoon characters cross over within the series and eventually get killed by a dangerous black glitch that turns them into mindless slaves. It's kind of like what Drawn Together used to do, but instead of cartoon icons just appearing and then dying for a dumb joke, the characters dying here act as food and minions for this deadly force, which add to the drama. And from what's shown, it seems like they're going to be portrayed respectively beforehand. Overall, this has all the pieces to be an incredible series. But one thing I don't see a lot of people talking about is the glitch itself. This all-consuming void that turns timeless tunes into terrifying monsters laced with static and pixelation. Is this just meant to be a threatening antagonist, something to scare you into submission and make you scared for our heroes at every turn? Or is there something much deeper to this glitch that will be explored in a full series? Well, call me crazy, but I definitely think it's the latter. The archetypes our characters represent, the sheer variety of cartoons they visit, the symbolism of being absorbed into black static, and certain events that have been happening for years but really peaked in 2021, it all makes sense to me. And I'm gonna share my findings with all of you today.
So let's predict how our cartoon friends shall fall, and whether or not the glitch is just a glitch after all.
You're not that scary.
Let's begin by looking at the cartoons that this glitch is apparently going to invade at some point. We have the Flintstones, Steven Universe, Craig of the Creek, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Looney Tunes, The Amazing World of Gumball, Adventure Time, Scooby-Doo, Care Bears, Rocko's Modern Life, Speed Racer, SpongeBob, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Unikitty, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Samurai Jack. We also have general genres that are referenced, like older black and white cartoons, Dora the Explorer-style edutainment shows a la Nick Jr. or Noggin, Disney afternoon-type shows with one whole scene looking very DuckTales or Chip and Dale-esque, and action-based superhero cartoons like Teen Titans, Batman the Animated Series, etc. So yeah, it seems like this show is going to involve cartoons from all across the map, from different channels, different eras, and different countries as well. What an all-star cast! However, there is one unifying factor between all of these shows, which is that all of them were made to be broadcast on a TV schedule. Prime time, Saturday mornings, syndicated packages. Heck, the first ever cartoon made for television was Crusader Rabbit in 1949, which was a black and white cartoon. I'm sure that all of us have memories of gathering around the TV at a designated time, maybe after school or on the weekends, grabbing our favorite snacks and running downstairs, yelling to our siblings or parents that, it's on, hurry up, it's on! It was like a magical ritual where we could all just screw life for a while, laugh, and enjoy seeing our favorite characters go on another wacky adventure. The same special place and special time every week. But unfortunately, Pibby's glitch is coming forth to bring about something. Something inevitable, something unavoidable, something tragic. And that something is the death of network television. Let me explain. Ever since the advent of streaming services, cable TV has begun taking a slow but steady walk out the door. I've read tons of articles which provide evidence to show that regularly scheduled programming is eventually going to die out completely while on-demand streaming services take their place. Heck, in 2021, it seems like cable TV has reached an all-time low, with 63% of American homes watching TV via cable packages back in 2016 and only 45% watching nowadays in 2021. Meanwhile, the amount of people that have subscribed to streaming services have gone up from 20% to 37%. almost a ×2 increase. And obviously cartoon-specific channels have been hit badly by these events as well, facing declining viewership in current years, and even entire channels closing down worldwide in some cases. This isn't just some rumor that's gotten out of control. This is a real thing that's happening. And I feel like Pibby's glitch is meant to symbolize and foreshadow this, an unstoppable, inevitable force that consumes a decades-long phenomenon and reshapes the faces of it into something still recognizable, but completely different from what we remember. I've heard a lot of people comparing this glitch to the Void from The Amazing World of Gumball. If you've never watched Gumball before, do it. But if you don't feel like it, basically the Void was a TV static limbo dimension where everything from the past that was considered a mistake was dumped. People, objects, fashion trends, games, inventions, pretty much everything. Hey, my unfinished indie film, I've been looking for that. Anyway, in the series finale of Gumball, Rob and the rest of the Gumball universe get sucked up into the Void, never to be seen again. This is obviously supposed to be symbolic of the show ending and eventually being forgotten about. And while I don't think that the Void and the glitch are directly related like some people do, the symbolism is very similar. The whole TV static vibe of the Void is reminiscent of when a channel used to wrap up programming for the day and all you'd get is static on the screen. And having the characters freeze in place once they enter it is meant to show that their story is finished. They're not moving forward or backward or anything. They're stuck in limbo because they're done. There's nowhere for them to go anymore. Their story ends there. As for Pibby's glitch, the whole rainbow and black color palette could represent the rainbow colored screen or just straight up black screen that shows up when a channel goes off the air for good. The fact that all of these characters are able to cross over at all could be referencing the fact that all these channels once came bundled in cable packages, which technically unifies and connects them all. Heck, this one shot of all the faces amongst a black background reminds me so much of scrolling through show icons on a streaming service menu. Okay, maybe I went a little too game theory-ish with that one, but still, a lot of this evidence is pretty convincing. In fact, I don't want to go too far with this theory, but could you imagine if the entire series ended by pulling a "Don't hug me, I'm scared" and just resetting the whole universe? Think about it. Pibby and friends try to fight against the Void, but it inevitably swallows them all up whole. The screen goes black. We see the intros to everyone's shows begin popping up on separate square screens. Then we slowly zoom out to see the icons for different streaming services, all ending with a guy holding a remote and turning off the TV. All of these characters have been reincarnated on separate services, with no memory of all the chaos they just went through. They'll never be able to meet up again since cable packages don't exist anymore. So there they remain forever, blissfully ignorant of the massive network TV apocalypse that just went down and of their newly formed friends' and families' fates. Pibby on its own already looks like it's going to be super tragic, but if my theory ends up being true, it would add a whole new layer of tragedy and audience relatability to the story. In fact, maybe this is the lesson we're supposed to learn alongside Pibby, that change is inevitable, and as much as we may try to fight the omnipresent waves of time, they're always going to sweep us up and carry us away, whether we like it or not. In the same way that Pibby was shoved out of her innocent safe space and forced to take on the world like a blueberry William Wallace, we're all gonna have to move out of our nostalgic comfort bubbles and accept the fact that the time-honored traditions that came with all of these cartoons, tuning in at specific times to specific networks for everything from day brighteners to massive events, that's gonna be a complete thing of the past one day. You can argue the pros and cons of streaming services till the cows come home, but the point of the matter is that one way or another, at some point in the near future, things are going to be different, and it's something we're going to have to accept. Back in the day, our favorite cartoon characters used to tell us to join them again. Same time, same channel. But eventually the question will be, what time? What channel?